Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Half-Ass Pod Film Panel. It's your boy Corn, and over here we have the author, the creator, the end-all be-all. Not only Walter Paisel Cafe, but Spadal. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Plaid. Mark, say what's up to the people, man.
Hey, people. Having a good time. All right, it's October. Woo, Halloween season.
You already know. And down here, we have your trench captain, Smith. Smith, say what's up to the people, man.
What's up?
So today, we have a slew of topics for you guys, and let me tell you something. It's about to get spicy up in here, man. Got a big weekend ahead of us, man.
Caliente.
Well, at least for me. Got Halloween coming up. The movie Halloween Kills on Thursday. Got DC Fandome on Saturday. It's gonna be a pretty big weekend. But without further ado, let's get to our first topic. And with our first topic, I do want to. It's not really breaking news at this point, but the news broke earlier today. Deadline reported that Will Poulter, who some may know from the movie Detroit. I know him from Revenant and from I think it's We're the Millers that he was in as well. He is now casted as Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, while we are gonna wait to see what he looks like as Adam Warlock, I know we have to kind of wait to see that portion of it. My first thoughts from this, not really that excited. I love Will Poulter. I think he is a pretty good actor, a pretty good up and coming actor. I wouldn't even say up and coming. He's pretty much well established at this point, somewhat at least. But him playing, Adam Warlock. I mean, we all know what Adam Warlock looks like from the comics, right? The big brute, long blonde. Like I don't maybe. And this guy's one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe. So that kind of leads me to I'm just like. But it is Disney, so I'm like, maybe they did make a pretty good choice with this. I'm sure they didn't just we're just gonna cast Will Poulter. I'm sure they didn't do that. But are we going to like this version of Adam Warlock? I don't know. But Smith, I'll throw it to you first, man. What are your thoughts on Will Poulter being casted as Adam Warlock, let alone Adam Warlock being in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah, as far as the casting decision, I don't really have too much to say about that because, like you said, it's Disney. They probably know what they're doing. They haven't fucked up too much yet. So as far as why he's in
emphasis
Guardians
on
of the
too
Galaxy,
much. Emphasis on
too much, right? Guardians of the Galaxy with him, I don't understand what the connection is. I didn't read a lot of those comics anyways, but yeah.
Me either.
But I thought Thor is also around with the Guardians of the Galaxy now, right? So I don't know.
But Thor is going to come first, and I think that's where they kind of split off. So I don't think Thor's going to be in this one. He may be in this one. I wouldn't rule it out at all, but I have to see.
Isn't Adam Warlock just like Doctor Strange, but in space? That's pretty much his thing, right?
I'm not too sure. I know all I know about Adam Warlock is that he's one of the most powerful beings, and that he was created. He wasn't like someone that was like a son of anything. He was literally apparently he was originally created by Fantastic Four.
Really?
On Earth, yeah, and then got shipped off to space or whatever. Kind of like the reverse of Superman, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about Adam Warlock, nor do I know too much about Guardians of the Galaxy either. So, especially when it comes to the comics. But Mark, what about you? What are your thoughts when you see Will Poulter being casted as Adam Warlock?
Full disclosure, the article you sent me listed movies that he was in. I haven't seen any of them.
Whoa! You never saw Revenant?
No.
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, I have not. It's about a bear or something. I mean,
no.
I might be into it, because the bear wins, right? I mean, that's anytime there's an animal attack on TV, I turn it off because they only report, they only get it on film, when an elephant escaped. I'm like, good. smash as many fucking people as possible. You know, murder your captors, damn it. You know, so but then the good guys came out with guns and shot him to death. Well, fuck you. So yeah, I might see the Revenant. You know.
Well. If you wouldn't like the Revenant, I would say at least for Will Poulter, if you want to get like a really funny side of him, like the comedic side of him, I would say watch We're the Millers. And then I would say if you want to get the serious side, like the award-winning side of him, at least potentially should have been, I would say Detroit. I've heard a lot of great things come out of that movie. I never saw it; it's not my kind of movie. But I saw that he had this really big role in it. I think he played like a police officer or something in it, and that he was actually really well in it. So I would recommend those two movies.
All right, I'll check them out. Well, yeah, as far as Adam Warlock goes, I know very little about Adam Warlock. I mean, I knew who Adam Warlock was, you know, mostly by seeing him on comic book covers and stuff like that. So just kind of like him. In fact, him being one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe is news to me. So, but that article did say something about that. It was kind of telegraphed in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Some woman created a being named Adam, and then it was to destroy the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, now I'm probably speaking from ignorance here. Now, mind you, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm like, okay, you made one of the most powerful beings in the universe to destroy the Guardian. I mean, that sounds kind of like overkill. I mean, do you, you know, I mean, like a lot of their victories are just like blind luck because they're just one of those characters that, you know, just is persistence and they just happen to hit the mark at this time. And like I said, I'm not speaking badly of them. I think they're hilarious. I love the movies. But yeah, it's just like, oh, we need to defeat the Guardians of the Galaxy with one of the most powerful beings in the universe. Like,
again, but with this movie, I don't know if Adam Warlock's going to be one of the most powerful beings, because if you watch, I know it's kind of campy for me to do, or cheesy for me to do, but I recently watched the Guardians of the Galaxy show, and what they did was they kind of like raised Adam Warlock, like the Guardians of the Galaxy raised Adam Warlock into like an adult, like he obviously like aged super fast, kind of like what they did with the WandaVision, with the twins on WandaVision. And like just like he aged super fast, and then he became a villain, and they had to kill him, and then it became like a more emotional thing because they raised this being, but they had to kill it because he wasn't really you know what I mean? Like he didn't have any emotion. So I don't know what they're gonna do with this movie. I really don't. I'm very interested because of the casting choice. These guys still got maybe like I think they said a couple more weeks until they start filming this movie. So I mean, I have no idea. I even heard people going as far as saying that he's going to be in post-production as Adam Warlock in the Thor movie that they already finished filming. But obviously, you know, they're in post-production. So, hey, if this dude makes a fucking... I mean, I don't know if it's a spoiler, though. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just a rumor at this point. Like, it's nothing official. It's not like he's going to be in Thor as well. It's just like, there's a possibility he could be in Thor, you know? But you know, it's not like a scoop or anything like that. It's just a possibility. But
now I'm not, you know, like I said, I'm not familiar with Poulter enough to have it be a WTF thing. But all I can say is, you know, I mean, I don't know. You take like a franchise or something that sounds like it's going to be really cool, and then somebody gets cast. I mean, you know, honestly, more often than not, the surprising cast has been pretty good, you know, in it. I mean, I'm trying to think of more than one movie. You know, my go-to is always Michael Keaton as Batman. You know, like, how can Mr. Mom be Batman? You know, I know I'm going back to 1989, but that's just the first thing. You know, my older memories are better in better place because I was younger when I made them, you know. And so yeah, so that was one of my things. You're like, oh, how could Michael Keaton be, you know? And then you know, and then he went on to kick ass as Batman, and now he kicks ass as the Vulture, you know. So those type of things, I'm like, they don't worry me too much when casting goes that way. I mean, like I said, yeah, I can't even think of an example where I was like, oh, well, see, I knew they were gonna fuck it up.
I told everybody, motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure people other than me have that experience, but for the most part, it's been, pleasantly surprised after what seems to be an odd casting of someone.
Mine was Ezra Miller for Flash. I did not think that was going to work, but then when I saw him in Justice League, I was like, it worked. They did it. They fucking did it. Smith, what about you? Do you have is there like a casting choice where you're like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Or
you mean like outside of the Marvel cinematic?
Yeah, just in general, yeah.
No, not really. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. Because I usually don't think it's the actor's fault when something sucks.
Yeah, more like
it's almost never their performance. It's how it was written, and then they've obviously got a guy on set telling him, "Now do it again, but do it like this." So
yeah, it's all about the execution.
The director needs to take most of the blame, really.
And they don't get enough of it.
Yeah. The director and the writers.
There were some bad child actors, I guess. What, the Freddy reboot? A remake? I don't remember which one it was.
Which child actor?
The child actor in that Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about? He's the one who ends up on top of the spaceship and like jumps off.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Come on, you remember? Yeah. We talked about it for like an hour.
Oh shit. Okay. I got you. Yeah. You're right. Child actors. I'm not a big obviously I wouldn't be a fan, but like even growing up, it's just like I had the Olsen twins, and I was just like, what? Like, how do people find this entertaining? I'm a kid, and I don't find this shit entertaining. You know what I mean? I could never understand it. But anyways,
I mean, Full House was just a great show to hate watch. It was just great to sit there with my friends and shit on it.
Oh my God. Full House was still that OG show. I can't lie. It's still that OG show. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section. How do you guys feel about Will Poulter being casted as Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy? Or do you guys even care? I've saw a lot of comments out there. People are just like, we don't know this character yet, which is very understandable. We don't know which Adam Warlock they're bringing. So I get that some people it's not late enough for us to care yet. But with that down and out, let's go into our next topic. And our next topic is going to be DC fandom this weekend, guys. Ho, ho, ho. That's right. We're going to be getting some trailers, some inside looks. Yes, I'm excited. So we're going to be getting on Saturday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be, what's that, 10 a.m. Pacific time? Mm-hmm. So on Saturday, for 4 hours straight, we're getting nothing but DC content. So ranging from, the Suicide Squad versus Justice League video game, to the Harley Quinn animated TV show, season 3 of that, CW, Superman and Lois, to Shazam, Fury of Gods, which I'm low-key excited for, by the way, to HBO's Peacemaker. So it's going to be a lot of fucking content for 4 hours, including some trailers. So we're going to get the second Batman trailer. We're going to get the Black Adam trailer.
4 hours.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the Black Adam trailer. Yeah. Obviously, we're getting the inside look of the second Shazam movie. And then there's one more DC movie. What's the other DC movie that we're getting? You got Black Adam. Oh, yeah. Aquaman and The Flash. So we're getting inside looks of those as well. I think it doesn't say we're getting a Flash trailer. It says an inside look, a behind-the-scenes look of Flash. So I don't know if that's... We better get a fucking trailer. They're done. They're done filming. We better get a fucking trailer Flash.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like I don't know, a boom mic guy, walking across the set. Yeah. Like, there you go. There's your Flash.
The reason why I'm so frustrated with this movie, or at least how they handled this movie, is because it took them 5 years to even start the fucking production on this movie. and we haven't gotten anything except for like a couple of these like outside shots of. I'm like, give us something official, please. Give us a teaser at least. Like, fuck. But anyways, enough about what I'm looking forward to, because there's a lot of shit. Mark, what is the one thing you're actually looking forward to the most out of DC Fandom this weekend?
Well, probably my favorite thing that you mentioned is the Harley Quinn series. Yeah. So, but it's kind of like I'm excited for the show, but I just kind of like, well, I would love to be made even more excited. All I know is no matter what's going to happen, it's probably going to be good. So if they show a trailer, I'll be like, yeah, that was good. Exactly what I thought. So that'll be fun. And I don't know, Black Adam. That's really interesting. Because I like sometimes I watch rock movies. Dwayne Johnson movies with my sister, who has a huge crush on him.
I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna say that right now. I feel so bad for you right now, bro. Sorry.
yeah. So we went and saw the Rampage movie. That was fun. but yeah. So either way, I don't think I hate The Rock as much as you. So that should be.
I don't hate The Rock. I just think he's the worst actor of all time.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. That was putting words in your mouth. That is not the way you put it. So yeah, that was just me taking a shortcut, and that things always fail when you do that.
I'm dead.
Right. So, what is there going to be something about? Can you? Oh my God! No! Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, kind of.
Shit.
Uh-oh, Mark's.
Wow, because you guys I can see just fine.
Can you hear? I think we hear him now. No? All right, Mark, we'll come back to you. All right, we'll go back to Mark. But Smith, what are you looking forward to the most with DC Fandom?
Can you hear me now?
Honestly, anything Black Adam related would be interesting, because I don't mind The Rock. I don't think he's a good actor. But the movie, the concept, the hero, it's more interesting than anything else DC has right now. Because I don't care about The Flash, don't care about Batman, whatever the fuck else they're doing.
All right. So what about the Robert Pattinson Batman? Are you looking forward to that a little bit, or no? Are you not feeling that one either after seeing that trailer? You're not.
Nah, it doesn't look good. How many Batmans do we need?
because I will say I'm right there on board with you about Michael Keaton's Batman. Like I'm not that thrilled about. Like, yes, I'm happy to see it. I mean, we talked about it here on the show a few times about Michael Keaton coming back and playing Batman. Like, yeah, it's cool, it's straight, but it's just like, do we really need to see him back in the suit? Do we really need to see Michael Keaton have this huge ass role in this Flash movie? I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that Batman. But Robert Pattinson's Batman, after seeing that trailer, I'm like, yo, dude, give me all. Like, I cannot wait to see this trailer this week in the second trailer. That's shit better be good, man. But yeah, I mean, Black Adam. Look, like I said before, I'm interested in Black Adam. I think that's probably one of the more interesting projects that's coming out. That I'm like, all right, I fuck with what I'm hearing about it. But now I need to actually see some of that shit in the work. Like, I want to see Black Adam. I want to see The Rock in the whole costume at least. Like, can we at least fucking get that? Like, they haven't. DC is very tight-lit about a lot of shit, except for apparently Batman. They just don't give a shit about it. They're just like, we'll just give you everything in terms of Batman. Here's all the info for Batman.
Maybe they're just like, well, that's locked and loaded. Like, whatever. Batman always does good.
True. I mean, well, unless it's Batman versus Superman or the Justice League, and then we thought Batman would be able to carry it, but yeah. But to go back to you, Mark, what were you talking about in terms of what you were looking forward to the most?
Oh, I was trying to ask if because you didn't mention the Batgirl thing. Is there supposed to be anything about that? Because I'm sure it will.
I was watching little advertisement for it, and there was a small part where they showed Batgirl, but I don't know what they're actually going to have in it.
That was the one where she was flying, right? They had like the animated version or something like that, flying or something like that. I think I saw that as well.
Was it not her standing around and she does something and like her eyes turn white?
Yeah. No. I think wait, was that? Yeah, that was Batgirl. I was thinking Batwoman.
That's either Batwoman or Catwoman. I don't know.
But yeah. So I guess we are getting something Batgirl this weekend then.
All right. Well, I mean, that's just interesting. I read recently that it's still kind of like up in the air as to whether or not it would be. I thought for sure it was locked and loaded as an HBO Max release, but then I thought I saw something just perusing, and it said, and that's up in the air whether or not it'll be released in theaters or on HBO Max. So I don't know. So because the way I thought it was intended,
because the Batgirl movie is going to be released on HBO Max. They've yeah.
All right, that's locked and loaded. There's no ambiguity there. That's just okay. That's what I thought. I don't know what the hell I read, but there's a lot. Which
I don't know. Right? I think that's stupid that they're doing it though, because I mean it's the same complaint I have. I mean, unless this movie they know, all right, look, we're not gonna make any money off this fucking movie. Like box office, Batgirl, nah. And honestly, and I'm not being sexist here. I'm just saying, I don't think many people are actually going to go out into the movie theater and go see. I don't think we're going to get $1 billion in the box office worth of fucking Batgirl. I don't think Batgirl money. I don't think Batgirl money is going to see $1 billion.
Well, no, I don't think you're being sexist. I think you're just telling a sad truth, which is
it's just she's a derivative character.
Yeah,
I think. Like I'm not saying the character isn't interesting. Like who she is. I think that's what Jim Gordon's daughter, right? What's her name? Fucking Barbara Gordon.
Barbara,
I don't know why I let that one slip. But Barbara Gordon, she is an interesting character, but I don't want to see her as Batgirl. Like I never did want to see her as Batgirl. I think she's cool at what she was, but whatever. We're getting a movie. Cool. It's going on HBO Max. I hope it's good. I'm not gonna hope it fails or anything. I hope this movie's gonna be good, but. They made the right move in terms of putting it on it, but I think what they made the wrong move was making it a movie instead of a series. I think if you're going to put on HBO Max solely, do what you did with Peacemaker, do what you're doing with the 2 spinoffs of the Batman movie that's coming out next year, make it into a series, put it on HBO Max, and let people just sit there and enjoy it. Because I believe there's more money that goes into a movie, and that's why. And I think that you want to see your money come back. Now, again, as a fan, do I really give a shit whether you make money on your movie or not? No, but at the end of the day, that's at the end, a little part of me does kind of care that hey, we could probably get a sequel or something else rather than a low budget sequel of Batgirl on HBO Max again. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. But the most interesting thing that I am looking forward to this weekend, aside from the Batman trailer number 2, is Aquaman. Surprisingly. I'm very interested to see how they're going to do this second movie, and I don't think we're going to get a trailer. It'd be cool if we got like a teaser or something like that. But if we get maybe at least like a 1 minute or minute and a half trailer, I mean teaser of this movie, I'll be happy with that. I believe we're getting the same 2 guys that were the villains last time. So obviously Ocean Master, who's no longer a villain, he's captured. But you got Black Man out there wandering all over the place. I wonder who the main villain of this movie is going to be, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Black Manta. So I'm interested, and I think we're going to get some answers this weekend. I really do think we're going to get some answers on Aquaman. I think it's and the Lost Kingdom. That even sounds cool. So I'm excited for this. I really am.
Well, yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I think a lot of what the first Aquaman rode on, there was good things about it, but honestly, from my view, a lot of it rode on Jason Momoa's performance, and he's going to play Aquaman again, so I'm looking forward to it. So, but hey, we've been here before many times. If someone were to go back and look at our back episodes, they would know that we've had a lot of shit to say about the people in charge of the DCEU and how they could just fuck up good things all the time. I mean, after all, we got a horrible Wonder Woman sequel. You know?
Which so I want to hand it over to you guys really quick. Just quick answers from you guys. But what are you guys? Which project this weekend do you guys have the most questions about? The ones where you're like, I would be interested, but I kind of need more questions answered. Smith, I'll start with you.
Jesus, you're putting me on the spot here. I don't know. I guess the Batwoman thing seems interesting. I'm not going to pay money to see it, but it'd be cool to find out more.
And hopefully we get more answers too, because apparently, and this part is weird too, because they put it on HBO Max, but Jim Gordon is going to be a part of the movie, but it's not going to be Jeffrey Wright's Jim Gordon. It's going to be in the next Batman movie. It's going to be, what's his name? J. Jonah Jameson. What's the actor? J.K. Simmons. So it's going to be J.K. Simmons as Jim Gordon and Batgirl.
Really? The guy who played J. Jonah Jameson is gonna. Oh, wow!
He's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back as Jim Gordon. So we're getting Ben Affleck's Batman's Jim Gordon, but we're not going to get Ben Affleck Batman mentoring Batgirl. That's another question too that I hope we do get answered this weekend. Is, well, if we're not going to get Batman at all in Batgirl, which I'm kind of 50-50 on too, by the way. Like I'm kind of mixed. I have kind of mixed feelings on that. But if we're not going to get that, then who's going to mentor Batgirl? Who's going to be that in that role? We'll have to see. But Mark, what about you? What project do you have the most questions about going into this weekend?
Wow. Because I'm very interested to see, here's another situation where Smith says something that makes a very good point, but I'm still really looking forward to Batman and want to know, I don't know, it's like, is it really as dark as they made it look in the teaser that we got? All of these things, like does it follow up with that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little once bitten, twice shy because, Batman, back in '89 started. Oh, this is going to be the dark and gritty Batman, which was for the first two movies, and then it just sort of turned into like camp, which I'm not against, but
an acid trip, bro.
Yeah.
Let's call it as that. Those two that Shoemaker did were fucking acid trips.
Right. So I guess if I want to learn anything about that, and I don't want to go too much. I don't really like a lot of spoilers. And what I consider a spoiler is a pretty wide thing for me. It's kind of like, okay, that's enough. I don't want to know more. So yeah. But either way, I just want to see if they give us anything more. Is it going to be consistent with what we've seen in the past, as far as what the movies promised? Yeah. What was that?
It's 2021. I think that I think you've probably done a good job so far. I think you got a little bit of background noise, by the way, from your computer, bro. Thank you.
Oh shit.
But pretty much what we have is pretty much like, in terms of the Batman, what I want to see is I just want to see Riddler. I want to see Riddler. Like, can we at least get like a shot of Riddler at least? But I don't know. Because, I mean, we hear his voice in that first trailer. But we don't actually see Riddler, except for, I think, when he does, like, the whole tape thing. But that's a quick glimpse. So I just want to see more of him, at least. And maybe Penguin. But Penguin's getting his own show on HBO Max, I believe, next year. So, yeah, it's a lot of things happening this weekend at DC Fandom, guys. I do want to let you guys know that. So keep on the lookout for that. I'm sure we're going to be reviewing more next week in terms of what happened in DC Fandom. I can't wait for that too. But let us know in the comments what you guys are looking most forward to. And yeah. So let's move on to our next topic. And our next topic is going to be the trailer of Scream 5. Yeah. Yeah. So this thing dropped today. And everybody, like the internet, everybody was running around, Scream 5, Scream 5. And I'm like, half of y'all ain't even going to go see the fucking movie because these movies never make that much money. But the trailer dropped. I appreciate it for what it was. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. One little critique though, if you guys remember at the beginning of the trailer, where the chick is, where they have the common like, ho ho ho, I'm gonna answer the phone and then go to the door and get hit, get stabbed or whatever. So I would take that part out because we know it's inevitable. It's a Scream movie. We know it's going to happen. I don't know what goes through the minds of people that make these trailers. But Jesus Christ, man, they reveal way too much. It's the same thing as the fucking Halloween Kills trailer. They just reveal too fucking much. And it's frustrating because it's like, all right, we know this character's going to die. We know this character's going to be in this exact situation at this point. That happens with any trailer. So why are we going to reveal, okay, this dude is limping. One of the main characters you've already introduced is limping, and you got Ghostface right behind him with a knife pretty much two inches from his fucking throat. And that happens more than once in this fucking trailer. That's what really makes me mad. It's just like, wow, like you guys are fucking idiots. Anyways, you go on in this trailer and then you see the original three. So you see the OGs, right? They're coming back in this movie. I'm about to ask you guys that here in a second if you guys really fuck with that or not. And obviously the best part to me in this trailer is when Ghostface, you see his shadow on the wall and he raises up and you see his arms raised up and you got a knife in his hand. It's very slowly too. I love that part. To me, that's my favorite part of this whole trailer. But I mean, again, watching this trailer, I don't give it like a, oh my God, I love it or anything like that. But it was a decent trailer. It got me at least a little bit more excited for this movie, which I was kind of excited for this movie anyways, but now it got me a little bit more like in the groove of things. And I'm glad it came out during the week of Halloween Kills as well. So it might get us in the mood for that movie too when you go see it and the preview shows up. So, but Smith, I want to throw it over to you, man. How do you feel about watching this trailer, man? And have you seen any of the other Scream movies?
Yeah, I've seen the first one. And to me, this trailer, so talking about just the trailer, not how the film might turn out. The trailer is bad. I think it's really bad. there's way too much going on. Like, and then there's just the way they did it too, like with the audio. It doesn't even seem like a scary film. They're walking around with guns, like trying to kill him. And we know Scream is probably, he's not an actual like psychic being or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He's just a dude in a mask. So I don't know where they're going with it. I don't like it. I think the film's going to suck, but not, it's a horror film, so you can't take that however you want.
It's to me, I think it's. I mean, obviously, we're only judging off the trailer, obviously, but I think that this movie is not going to be terrible. Like, I don't think it's going to suck, but I do think there's going to be things you could take away from it because, from what I hear and from what we even, I think there's a character that's even named after John Carpenter too. So like they pay homage to a lot of different people too. I mean, they've obviously paid homage to Wes Craven. We hear in this movie. Obviously to to John Carpenter, to past people that have been in the movies, in the Scream movies. I do fuck with the fact that they're pretty much taking the exact same blueprint. And take note, by the way, Warner Brothers, that you can literally steal the blueprint from Disney's Marvel at any point, because what Scream 5 did. Because they're under different studios, because obviously the other Screams were under Weinstein's, and then they went bankrupt. And so now somebody else has them. I forget what studio has Scream. I think it's Paramount. So now that Scream 5 is under a different production studio, they're doing the same thing Halloween did back in 2018, which was instead of naming it Halloween 9 or Halloween, whatever, any kind of stuff, it was just named Halloween. Now we call it Halloween 2018 because it came out in 2018. But they just named it Halloween, even though it was a sequel. And I think that the fact that they're doing it with Scream pretty much tells. And they also had more people. Obviously, Halloween, we just talked about it last week. Halloween made more money than any other Halloween movie. The 2018 one did. So I think that this is going to introduce new viewers, new audiences to this movie, to the slasher genre. And I think there's no better time than now, because if Halloween Kills is massively successful in terms of I won't say the box office, but in terms of getting eyes on their product, getting eyes on this movie, people are going to be chomping at the bit for Scream 5 in January. And it's crazy that it's happening as soon as January. I mean, we're talking about, what, 3 months from now? 3 months from now, that's when we get the trailer. But hey, we are talking about a horror movie too, so I don't know. I was hoping we go to Mark, but Mark is there we go. Mark came back just in time. Mark, are you there? Mark with the grimmest face.
He's
frozen. Oh, actually, hold up. I tried to unmute him. Nope. All right, Mark's still out, guys. But yeah, Scream 5. Anything else you gotta say about Scream 5, by the way, Smith?
Do you feel like Scream and Freddie Myers? Wait, what's his name? Michael Myers. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. That was weird. Are they kind of the same thing in your head? Because to me, it's like they're almost the same thing.
No, not at all. Because all right, Michael Myers is one person. Ghostface are different people. Because the first one, it's two different people. We got two different killers in the first movie. Then in the second one, you got some random dude. Then in the third movie, you got some dude that claimed that he was old girl's half brother, Sidney Prescott's half brother. I'm like, what? I think the third one is like very poorly reviewed, by the way, as it should be. And then you had the fourth one, which was the new gen one, which had the girl killer, which was Emma Roberts, and we find out years later that Emma Roberts could probably be a real serial killer, the way she treated her old husband. But anyways, Mark, are you back, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
We got Mark back.
Yeah. Oh, technical problems.
Hey, you came back just in time too, man. So I want to know your thoughts, especially in terms of not just in terms of the Scream trailer, but in terms of them bringing back the old trio as well.
Well, I'm worried about if it's just going to be another movie that's going to be a nostalgia trip. It's like, I mean, unlike the what the fuck casting, where usually that turns out good. When something becomes a nostalgia trip, it's usually disappointing to me. So, and I do have to wonder too what they're going to do. I mean, I guess they kind of changed it up a little, but the movie was originally about like the whole meta aspect where they played on the tropes of slasher films and then subverted them and whatnot. So it makes me wonder what they're gonna have to say now, if they're gonna keep that aspect, if that's gonna be a part of their nostalgia trip. I mean, I guess there are movies that have certainly been movies otherwise since then, but it's like, but the slasher formula really hasn't changed much.
And that's true. And over the years, I mean, I feel like, and the fact that if you watch closely, I wouldn't even say closely, but if you watch the second half of this trailer, it seems like this movie's going to have a high kill count. Just saying. Is it possible that we could get two mainstream horror slasher films and both have high kill counts? Because we got Halloween Kills that comes, we already know it's going to be a high kill count because it's in the fucking name. So we know Halloween Kills what we're going to get. But Scream, we might get a high kill count. But to go back to what you were asking Smith as well. Smith asked, do we think that Michael Myers and Ghostface are the same? And so I kind of told him about how Ghostface is, because Ghostface is a real person. Like it's a real person behind the mask of Ghostface, and it's always different people. The question is, who's going to be Ghostface in this one? And I think that's another thing too. That's one of the elements that they added to the slasher genre for this film, which was it's not just the element of like, wow, you got this person running around killing people and they got to find a way to stop them. No. You got to find out who the fuck it is too. Like it's got a more like a Scooby Doo esque element to it as well. So I kind of fuck with that. But let me get over into these comments. Adam says, Cindy, they shot me in the lungs. You want to hit this shit? I think you're thinking a scary movie, but Sydney Prescott, I get it. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Kavaria as well. He says, am excited for DC fandom. Hell yeah. You kind of missed that conversation, but yeah, hell yeah. Thank you guys for commenting, by the way. But anything else in terms of Scream 5 that you guys wanted to talk about?
Nope.
I mean, it's not much to really talk about anyways, because we all we got was a trailer. We got the posters yesterday, which, I mean, look pretty cool, whatever. But we also got the trailer today, so obviously we're going to get more and more information and more, TV, what do they call them, TV spots now in the future. So we'll get more and more shit as time goes by. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think about Scream 5. Do you guys fuck with it? Are you guys going to go see it? Or are you guys going to stay home and watch it on a streaming network? Who knows? But let's get to our final topic. And this is one that I think we waited, when did Venom come out? A week or two ago. So we wait a little bit of time to talk about this, but now it's time to talk about this fucking movie. It's time to talk about this fucking movie, man. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I think the one person who was more excited, the most excited to see this movie was you, Smith. I want to know your thoughts first, man. I really want to know. What are your burning thoughts on Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage?
I think
didn't meet your expectations.
My hopes were too high. I think that's what happened. The movie is really a letdown, and some people, like we saw in the early viewing critic reviews, that it was like some weird, crazy thing, like, oh, it's just so innovative or whatever. It's really not. I don't see anything about that. It's kind of a mess. Like, it's a mess of a movie with it's a CGI shitfest, and it's PG-13. So literally nothing happens.
So all right, so let's kind of dive into this a little bit. So you say it's a CGI mess. You're talking about in terms of like Venom and Carnage, the fight scenes.
Yeah. So whenever they're on screen, it just doesn't look that good. It really doesn't. And then when they're fighting, especially because they can't be too gruesome, there's a lot of cuts, like right away from the action. So you don't actually see the impact. There's no blood spilling. Even when they kill people, I think Carnage ate the priest's head, right?
Yeah, and it didn't even.
You don't even get to see that. Yeah, so PG-13 really killed this movie, and I was hoping that it wouldn't.
That was our worry. And if you guys go back to, when was it, 2 weeks ago when we were talking about this on a film panel, we talked about our expectations. We said, hey, PG-13, look, they're giving us Carnage PG-13. Let's hope for the best. We didn't get the best. Not even close. Did we even get good? I would say we got good, but it could have been a lot worse. I'll say that. But Mark, what about you? What were your thoughts on Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage? Did it meet your expectations?
No, it did not. Now, mind you, as you both know, I wasn't crazy about the first Venom. I actually went and watched the first Venom again before I went and saw the sequel, and I came out of that like I liked it a little bit better, but I'm still not excited. I don't know. I'm missing something. So to hear Smith say that he was disappointed, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I wasn't missing something, because I was. I think I agree with what you said, Smith, about the CGI, because I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of carnage and whatnot, but honestly, the biggest thing I was looking forward to is to see, like an unhinged, Woody Harrelson. But I have to again agree with Smith for the third point, is the PG-13. I mean, it's kind of like, what the fuck were you thinking? I mean, You want? Of course, I know it wasn't G or even PG, but like, what you
Oh
want a
God.
family friendly Venom versus Carnage? I mean, it's fucking Carnage. I mean, and we're talking about the host or the co-symbiote, being a fucking supposed to be a really bonkers serial killer. And yeah, I just think they don't delivered well on that. I was disappointed in Woody Harrelson's character. I didn't think they explored that enough or went far enough. I was looking for more. I was expecting more. And yeah, and so I think it was like, oh, they're gonna love it because we have all these awesome fight scenes, but it's like, but that's, I don't know. It's like I could see that in anything. Yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie, but not to the point where it was like, oh, this is the best thing I've seen all, like nothing like that. But I did enjoy this movie because my expectations they were a little bit up there just because of the first one. But again, you have to look at the little to no expectations I had for the first one. So, coming from not having any expectations or very low expectations, because I was one of those people that were like, it's not going to be successful if it doesn't have Spider-Man. And I have to admit, I was wrong. But was it the greatest movie ever? Fuck no. Not even close. But I did have fun because this movie was entertaining throughout the entire 90 minutes that they were on screen. I have to agree with you guys though. I really have to agree with you guys that I did not fuck with the Carnage versus Venom fight. I didn't. Something was missing, and I don't know what it was, but literally something was fucking missing because whenever Woody Harrelson was on screen by himself and with other people that weren't actual like characters of the movie, I was like, wow, this dude is really creepy. He's a fucking badass. Even when he's getting ready to go on when he's on death row, and what's his name? Eddie Brock goes to go visit him. Like those two scenes were really cool. And then the animation that they did where of Woody Harrelson telling his life story and shit. And then obviously, the ending part and then the twist at the end where he's like, they were all abusing me, whatever. That part and the part with him and Shriek or Sheik, however you say his name, Shriek, I think it was, right? And where he's like, don't hurt her, I love her. I was like, okay, all right. Clearly this is not the real Carnage. Like, clearly they're going to like tell us that this is like an Iron Man 3 situation where it's like, I'm the Mandarin, and it's like, oh no, I'm an actor just playing Mandarin. Oh no, this is our Carnage. This is the Carnage you give us. So at that point, I was like, oh. Like I wasn't pissed, but I was just disappointed. I was like, they somehow fucked up. Like how? It's so easy to not fuck up Carnage. It's so easy to not fuck up Carnage, and they did it. They did it.
And what was the point of having his girlfriend there in the first place?
Exactly.
Like, all she did was she stuck around for a while and then got killed at the end. Like it's
facts. And then some people are speculating whether she's still alive because the bell fell on her and she's inside the bell. I'm like, do we really care at this point? Do we really care about Shriek? I don't want to see Shriek again. I thought I was going to want to see more of Shriek, but after the Shriek that we got, I don't want to see any more Shriek. I don't even want to see Carnage on screen anymore. I will say though, I saw this movie in Dolby Cinema. So the sound effects and dude, when Carnage screamed, I'm not gonna lie, I got a boner, dude. Like that shit was fucking awesome. But I mean the sound effects and the visuals were pretty. I thought it was pretty cool. Just the story was too much of the comedy than the seriousness than the comedy. And obviously we had saw the reviews prior to watching the movie that if you liked all the comedy stuff in the first one, like the lobster scene in the first one, then they're gonna dial it up to 10 in the second one. And I was like, I'm not really a big fan of the whole comedy stick of Eddie Brock and Venom, because Eddie Brock is supposed to be completely different than what he is in these movies. But again, I enjoyed this movie. I didn't love it. I did like a little bit of the action in it, but again, I mean, it had a lot of action in it. So I can't lie. I had a lot of, quote unquote carnage, but not really carnage in the movie. I will say the post-credit scene is what saved this movie. Do you guys agree?
No.
In terms of the grand scheme of things, not personally. I'm talking about in the grand scheme of things. Like everybody was talking about, they weren't talking about the movie. They were talking about the post-credit scene.
Well,
you know,
I guess like from a not appreciating the film for the film thing, yeah, I guess it did because it generated a lot of hype. And that's probably why a lot of people went to go see it, is because of that little end credit thing. Everyone in the theater stayed for that when I saw it.
Yeah. It's definitely something that I think it's a good thing and a bad thing kind of deal, because it's like, yeah, you know, it's a part of the movie Venom, and yeah, it opens up this whole thing and everybody's loving it. People kept paying more and more money to go see it. Venom is now the all-time leading, you know, all-time earning, not all-time, but the most earning movie in the pandemic. Cool. But at the end of the day, if you are Andy Serkis, who is the director of this movie, do you want everybody talking about the post-credit scene that has nothing to do with the movie you just made?
Good point.
That's my thing. I'm just like, bruh, nobody's talking about, and rightfully so. I shouldn't say rightfully so that nobody's talking about the Carnage versus Venom fight, but rightfully so. I mean, that fight was kind of weak, man. I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3 2 times over than to see that fight scene again. I would probably, I'm gonna be honest, I would probably never watch Venom 2 ever again. Again, I enjoyed it, and maybe on a rainy day, years from now, I might watch it. But like, I'm not eager to watch Venom 2 when it comes to digital or streaming or whatever the fuck. I'm just not. I enjoyed it. It was an entertaining ride. Cool, whatever. But in terms of, you know, oh, we have to do this whole, you know, comedy then serious. I'm just like, you could have done it in a different way, and it's still been comedy and serious. Again, another thing that they should have taken the notes from Disney's Marvel, I think, because that's one thing they do well. I mean, I can't lie, that's the one thing they do well. Even though sometimes I don't like it, i.e., Thor Ragnarok, but to take the comedy and the seriousness and put it together and still make a creative story, an entertaining story, and it was not that. It was entertaining, but it just wasn't. Shit wasn't really sticking together. Was there any way for any of you guys to like this movie?
I like that we got to see the birth of what is presumably Carnage's child, Toxic, at the end there with the detective
Mulligan. Yeah,
it's probably the highlight of it. I liked that.
What about you, Mark?
I honestly can't think of a part that I was really impressed with. I mean,
and
you know,
all right. So Mark glitches out again.
He's speechless.
I don't know. I had my hopes.
Mark, you were speechless from watching this movie. This movie left him speechless.
Oh, there he goes.
I think it would be better if he just turned his mic off. I mean, not his mic, his camera off. But anyways, well, we were hoping that Mark would maybe. All right, Mark, you there?
Okay, well, I can hear you now.
All right, awesome. All right, so is there anything with this movie that would actually, any parts of this movie that you actually liked or enjoyed?
Nothing stands out. Maybe asked me when I was walking out of the theater, I might have been able to pick something out, but it's kind of a forgettable movie. I think I had my hopes up a little too high, so yeah, it wasn't doing anything for me. I don't know. The end credits, the post credits scene, so,
that was just
the
weird.
one thing.
Why did he time travel?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see why.
Well, I mean, he's gonna be in Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, he's gotta have like a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home, if not a fight scene with Spider-Man. Actually, let me ask you guys this. Over or under 50%? Venom not only shows up in Spider-Man No Way Home, but Venom has a fight with Spider-Man in No Way Home. You think they're going to go balls to the wall in No Way Home because this could potentially be the last Spider-Man movie in the MCU? So over under 50%.
If you put both of those together, like he's there and they have a fight scene, under 50%.
Under? Okay.
Yeah. They would have teased that shit in the trailer. We saw Doc Ock, Green Goblin. There's no if they bring in Venom.
Oh no. I think there's way more to come. I think there's so much more to come from this movie. Ooh, I can't wait because we still have at least one more trailer, right? We should get one more trailer to No Way Home because we're still a little over 2 months out. We're almost 2 months out. Yeah, it's what, December 16th or 17th? So we're almost 60 days.
Oh, it's like December 3rd, I thought.
No, it's the 7th. It's on my birthday. That's my birthday.
All right.
Yeah. So it's gonna be well, technically the 16th is my birthday, which is when I'm gonna see it, but it technically comes out on the 17th, which obviously is a Friday. But yeah, I think there's a lot more to come out from No Way Home than we think. I mean, we haven't even dove into like the whole Sinister Six part that they've been rumoring about, all this stuff. So I don't know. Who knows what's to come from this fucking movie? But I think we're talking about Doctor Strange, we're talking about multiverses. I think there's a lot that's going to unravel in No Way Home. I really do believe that. But Mark, what about you? Over or under 50%?
Honestly, I don't think there's going to be much of one if there's a fight. So, I mean, because I don't know, it looks like this movie is trying to be about everything at once. So if they had a big fight scene with Venom, I think it would kind of miss the point, and I don't think they're going to do that. I just think that it might be a huge mess, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's necessary. I mean, I don't. I don't think Venom's going to be the big bad in this movie.
Oh no. I don't think it's going to be.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's. Right. I just think like a cameo and like a quick fight, maybe.
I could see like some sort of interaction to that level. Maybe a cool scene or whatever, but I don't know about a big fight. No, I think under 50% on that. But I would be on the side of, there's going to be something like that going on or some shit. Unless they just resort to something funny with Eddie Brock or something. I don't know.
I think I'm going to have to subvert my expectations a bit for No Way Home. Just because of, so far this year, we've gotten Shang-Chi and we've been told Shang-Chi is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I go see it and I'm like, I mean, it was really good, but it wasn't not nearly as what people were saying it was. And I'm like, which kind of makes me kind of wary about Eternals coming up too. Cause obviously I've been really high on Eternals. I might have to subvert my expectations for that too, but we'll see. We shall see. Shout out to Kavari. He says, Malignant is the best horror movie I've seen this year. Okay. I've heard Mark, you told me good things about Malignant. I've heard good things from a couple other people, but I got to check that movie out. I might watch it. That's on HBO Max, right? I might watch it.
Yes,
in the next couple of days. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our film panel for this week. So make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe. I do want to let you guys know that this Saturday we are doing the movie review of Midsommar. So make sure you guys head back over here on the HAP YouTube channel and check us out live Saturday night. We're going to be reviewing Midsommar. So make sure you guys tune in for that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the continuation of our little horror Halloween month review. So yes. So again, hit that like, that subscribe, all that good shit. Mark, where can people find you?
All right. Well, the WalterPaisleyCafe.com is what got me here. So you can go check that out. I also do art under the moniker Spidau, which is spelled right there under my chins. And so if you go to social media, you can find me as Shibadao and the Walter Paisley .com or just the Walter Paisley Cafe with at social media, and I have some print on demand sites. Trying where I can. I'm on TeePublic, Society 6, and Redbubble, and Corn thankfully has been putting those links in the notes. So go check it out, see what my art's about, and if you like what you see, please make a purchase. There's a sale coming up this Wednesday, and the sales are pretty good. They're they go up to like 38% off. They're a good deal. So get them while you can.
Does the sale start at midnight tonight? Is what you're saying?
It could, but I haven't really been on there like at around midnight to know whether or not they happen. All I know is that it's starting Wednesday, and yeah, I could possibly start later tonight. So just keep an eye out for that, and you can do that by clicking on the link at the T connection. As far as my other print-on-demand shops go, they could be a little bit more pricey, but there's a lot of interesting things that you can get. And, like I make special patterns for furniture and things like that they sell on Society 6. So
Facts, man. Make sure y'all hit them links, man, down below. Hit all them links, man. Like, subscribe, all our shit. Head over to the stores for Mark as well. Head over to Walter Paisley Cafe as well, man. We got a lot of shit popping. But with that being all down, and we're done, ladies and gentlemen. We're done. This is the Hat Film Panel. It's your boy Corn. This is Mark. This is Smith. And ladies and gentlemen, we are OU.